Our next bout is in the MMA division. Coming to the ring, ILIAS El Kasri.
وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثة أصحاب الميمنة ما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين على سرر موضونة متكئين عليها متقابلين يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون بأكواب وأباريق.
El Kasri, a representative of Hammock MMA, making his debut this evening.
Fighting out of the red corner, TRISTON Harrison.
Tristan Harrison, representing Rad Muay Thai, brings a 2-2 record into the cage this evening. So a significant experience at man in 4 fights versus debut. Tail of tape gives us ILIAS El Kasri out of Denver, Colorado. He's a 24-year-old striker making his debut this evening, standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighed in at 136 pounds. Facing off against Tristan Harrison, 24 years old, the Muay Thai fighter. The experience advantage of 2-2, also 5 feet 8 inches tall and 132 pounds.
Curious how much the experience is going to be a factor.
Typically plays significant, but I know Kasri's family are really talented MMA fighters, so he may not be experienced in the ring, but his training, I'm sure, has built enough experience to really combat that 4-fight difference.
I agree completely.
But we're here to find out. Havoc being one of the new teams here in Colorado, we haven't seen much coming out of their gym, and so this is really going to be setting the benchmark to what this team can accomplish.
No pressure, right?
The facility is beautiful. I had the privilege of checking out Havoc. Man, if you want to own a gym in Colorado, that's the gym
the one,
to have,
huh?
yeah?
Nice. Where are they located?
I'm up in Arvada.
Okay.
I unfortunately almost took out Harrison with my chair.
It would have been a different type of TKO.
Little Kevin Randleman action back there, slipping on some pipes backstage.
Just put it on my record. Now I'm curious about that.
This is our mixed martial art at 130
Both fighters got some fans here.
I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Push him up. Back to your corners.
Kasri's intense, ready to get this fight going.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's been locked in since he walked out.
Right to work, right out the gate.
Harrison dives on El Kasri after he slipped.
Kasri
El
with
Kasri
a
looking
triangle
quick
attempt.
with his triangle.
He's doing a good job of keeping that head down.
Going with the strikes off of his back is El Kasri. Harrison answers from the top.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to keep your head down in this position. Those strikes allowed him to pull his head up, whereas now he seems to be out of this submission.
Quick switch to armbar attempt. No joy there. So it goes back to guard, does El Kasri. Very educated ground game out of El Kasri.
Harrison very eager to keep this fight on the ground.
Yeah, he's not letting them get an inch here. El Kasri is just a little bit too anxious, and now he's going to have to fight his way out of this. But he seems to be doing fine.
Going to try to build a base and work his way back to his feet is El Kasri. Harrison with the body lock. Nice trip by Harrison.
It's a good spot for Harrison to slow the fight down and really work on the conditioning of Kasri.
Good job by El Kasri trying to get the turn. Harrison countered, picks him up and plants him.
This is not where El Kasri wants to be. He looks just a little uncomfortable. There he goes. He's going to take it right back to the middle of the ring.
Harrison bleeding in around the mouth. Nice outside crescent kick by El Kasri. Don't see that a whole lot. El Kasri putting his kicking game on display.
El Kasri felt that right there that put him up against the cage there.
Harrison just showing his experience of just weathering the storm and then putting the fight where he needs it to go.
Harrison seems to be beating El Kasri just right to the punch.
Some deep breaths out of Harrison. Blood leaking out of the nose of Harrison. El Kasri, I think, got that damage when he was striking off of his back earlier in the round.
That was a great round. Now, Jesse, how do you see Kasri coming out differently, or what should his corners be telling him in between the rounds?
I think he needs to slow down just a little bit. If I was his corner, just slow down just a little bit. Him moving too fast, got the slip that caused him to slip that, kept him on the ground for a good portion of that round. But I like what he saw. I like what I saw in the first round from him.
JR, what advice would you give Harrison to start the second round?
When he comes out, he needs to be a little bit more methodical in his striking game as far as utilizing that to set up his takedown. He's just kind of rushing in for the takedowns and work a little bit more on establishing position on the ground. He had a couple of good spots, didn't establish his position, and ended up with El Kasri coming back to his feet.
I like the way El Kasri finished that round. I think that he's going to be able to build momentum on that. I think we're gonna see El Kasri kind of assert himself in this second round.
He just got the debut out of the way, so Kasri's now he's a fighter now.
Drew, you come from a Taekwondo background. You got to be loving the kicking game of El Kasri here.
I mean, I'm such a fan. I just like to see him do more in and out footwork. When he decides to go, he always goes forward. He's not putting any feints or any sort of strategical back movements. So the in and out, which you learn in Taekwondo, it makes you unpredictable. Where now he's just stepping forward and throwing. But definitely hard to do when you got a man like Harrison in front of you who's just putting his head down and pushing you up against the fence. Because it really wears you out being up against the fence like this.
And also, what's getting him on that fence, Harrison is landing some significant strikes that El Kasri is feeling. So I think that's what Harrison needs to do. JR, you mentioned in the first round, he is a little tired, sucking a little bit of wind, but he can't control his fight.
Once again, El Kasri able to work his way back to his feet pretty quickly. Tries to roll through to get the switch. Nicely done by El Kasri. Beautiful back take.
And he needs to settle down and settle this position. Don't get too excited and really start working this jiu-jitsu.
And that's under the chin. Well done by El Kasri. He's going to get the tap here in just a moment.
Absolutely. Well done.
What an amazing reversal from Kasri.
What a gorgeous back take that was.
That was like music. That looked amazing.
I mean, that was just physical chess. That was fun to watch.
And that goes back to what you said. Like this may have been his pro debut, but he knows some people, so he's learned some stuff.
He just had to get that debut anxiety out of the way. But here we go on the replay. We got the Kasri Harrison doing a really good job of controlling the back, but Kasri commits to a position change, goes to the ground, and then turns before Harrison can just settle the position. So they hit the ground, Kasri turns, Harrison loses the opportunity and falls to his hip. Kasri takes advantage and immediately to his back. I love what Kasri does here, putting the hooks in and then putting that weight behind it, flatten him out, but really settling in this position to find the rear naked choke.
And at this point, it's mathematics, right? Like, gets the tap. Well done by El Kasri.
At 149, round 2, winner by submission, rear naked choke, ILIAS El Kasri!
ILIAS El Kasri representing Havoc MMA wins his debut fight. He's now an undefeated fighter. Congratulations, sir.